Hello all, I'm Madhumita. Hope all of you are doing well and staying safe. So today I'll be presenting about gene editing and its use in the field of preventive medicine and whether I feel it's ethical or not. And as long as we know, this has been one of the most controversial topics known to the mankind. So let's sit and reason out why. Before jumping into the core content of the topic, let us take a moment to understand the history. So, William French Anderson is the person who came up with the whole concept of altering the genome of an organism to overcome a congenital anomaly or create a characteristic or physical change. So, it is done during the embryonic life at the level of the genomic sequence, and the most commonly used method is the CRISPR Cas9 system. Gene therapy, very famously known as genetic modification, is not a very ambiguous concept. It has been lurking around the community for quite some years now. Used in the cultivation of crops ranging from cotton to tomatoes to nutritionally enhanced golden rice, and even in animals like lab rats, and very recently, extraction of spider silk from goat milk. Modifying a crop or a plant for a better nutritional content or greater resistance against pests is not the same as modifying a human gene. This whole concept of human gene editing by itself is an infant and it needs a lot more understanding and envisioning. And even if it does grow to be a good understood concept, the million-dollar question is how ethical is it? Millions of years of evolution, and yet somehow nature's best example of survival of the fittest and positive selection is the human race. If gene editing can be used on plants and animals, why can it not be used on such a competitive race? Well, the reasons are quite a few. Let us discuss in detail about five of them. Less than 1% of our genes has changed since evolution. So scientists claim that a sequence of 118 base pairs named as HAR1 sequence is the reason why we humans are different from other species. So if 118 base pairs is going to decide if I'm going to sit here debating whether gene editing is ethical or not rather than sitting under a tree somewhere in a far off jungle, then well it is worth worrying about. Mosaicism is the presence of two populations of cells with different genotype in one individual. It is more common in embryonic editing and is thus a very important outcome of CRISPR edit. So cell division has to go hand in hand with CRISPR edit. If cells are going to divide faster, then this means half the cells are still going to carry the non-edited part of the gene, which will result in a mosaic. So before talking about the off-target hits as such, let us take a moment to understand CRISPR-Cas9 system. So CRISPR stands short for Clustered Regularly Interspaced Short Palindromic Repeats. It identifies base pairs which Cas9 enzyme snips off. So these places will be the regions of modification or replacement, and then there will be a genetic modification. Off-target hits are basically mutations elsewhere in the DNA away from the target gene. So this is potentially dangerous because of the concept of pleiotropy, where one gene is responsible for more than one trait. Or it can also be like one single trait is contributed by different genetic factors. So this backlog in genetic determinism poses a great threat. It is a known fact that mutations elsewhere in the DNA is a complication and also an outcome of gene therapy as such. So studies were conducted to elaborate about these off-target hits in particular, and each of these studies aimed at changing only one single gene but ended up changing the DNA around the gene so much that they started causing other problems. While saving at-risk babies from congenital diseases, this technology also sends off a very strong message saying there is potential and power to genetically modify what your kid is going to become. So this is going to open a wide range of non-therapeutic uses ranging from eye color changes to athletic skills, all coming under one umbrella, designer babies. So this picture gives a bird's eye view of the legal status of gene editing in various countries of the world. So though there are countries where it is completely banned and violations could result in criminal charges, there are countries which allow the gene editing but under severe and strict guidelines. So, apart from the scientific backlogs and disadvantages, the other separate entity that takes up a lot of room in this debate is the ethical condemn. Though the ethics of using this technology is still hotly debated, the system has already opened a wide door for many ethical issues. Most of the genetic diseases are predisposed in kids who belong to a lower socio-economic status. So the question is, how accessible and affordable is this technology to the common man? When weighed against all the possible ill effects and misusing, this technology is for sure a greater threat than a potential disease eliminator. Gene editing can be germline or somatic depending on which cell's DNA we change. So, if we are going to change the DNA of a sperm or an egg cell, it means we are changing the whole generation and the descendants' DNA of that particular individual. So, how sustainable is this on a long term? Aren't we creating inequality at a genetic level? So, why is gene editing under limelight right now? Leave alone the fact that it can potentially alter our lives in innumerable number of ways. The fact that almost all scientists are on a rat race to file patent for this biological bonanza is turning the global attention towards this topic. And no one wants to let a Nobel Prize slip by. As a matter of fact, we all know that gene editing is changing the future generations on the long run. The most important question is it okay to play God? Are we even considering religious beliefs? I mean, what if we end up changing the fate of humanity? We cannot even go, I told you so. Gene editing for sure is tampering with the data of human genome. Well, it is kind of boring to sit and talk about the ethical considerations and issues of such an amazing phenomenon which has innumerable scientific applications. But still, don't you think things will go haywire if there isn't a proper guideline? Gene editing hands us the power to change the fate of human race. With great power comes great responsibility. And it is a known fact that we humans are pretty bad at handling power, and that is a tale as old as time. And there is no sugarcoating this, but gene editing is like walking on a tightrope with a double-edged sword. The rope is on fire. Now that I know I can talk for 20 seconds straight without taking breath breaks, I take this opportunity to wholeheartedly thank Vijay sir for this amazing opportunity and teeny weeny bit of torture. I would also like to say that thoughts and opinions expressed by an individual are always subject to change because that is a consequence of having an open mind. So never be afraid to change your thoughts or opinions. Thank you.